Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we're going to be learning a finger power exercise that will help us review all 12 major and minor triads. In case you forgot, a triad is just another name for a three-note chord. Tri as a prefix means three. Think triangle or tricycle or adenosine triphosphate, which your body would definitely be using to ride a tricycle. So remember, a triad is a group of three notes in a chord. Let's come to the piano and get ready to play some triads. Let's do a quick review of how to figure out any major or minor triad. It's usually easiest to start by thinking about the pentascale. So let's take the D major pentascale. We have Do, Re, and then Mi, Fa, So. Here's the D major pentascale. You'll notice that in every major pentascale, Do to Re is a whole step, which means there's a note in between. It could be white or black. Re to Mi is a whole step, which also means there's a note in between. In this case, it's a white note. And Mi to Fa is a half step, which means there's no note in between. And then Fa to So is a whole step, which does have a note in between. All whole steps except between Mi to Fa. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So. Now, to turn this into a major triad, we just remove Re and Fa, and then these three pitches together make the major triad. Now, for a minor triad, all you have to do is take Mi and lower it a half step to Me. So this would be a D minor triad. We can follow these same rules starting on any key. Let's take E flat. If we wanted an E flat major pentascale, we need to go up a whole step from Do to Re. Where's a whole step above Do? If you're pointing here, you're correct. A whole step always skips exactly one key, white or black. Now here's Re, point to Mi, another whole step. If you're pointing here, you're correct. Now from Mi to Fa is a half step. Can you point to a half step above Mi? If you're pointing here, you're correct. Now we need a whole step to go from Fa to So. Can you find a whole step above Fa? We have to skip this key, so a whole step would be right here. So this is the E flat major pentascale. To turn it into the E flat major triad, we take away Re and Fa. So now we have the E major triad, which is Do, Mi, and So. How would we turn this into E flat minor? Just take this middle key and lower it a half step. E flat minor is all black keys. Do, Me, So. Now let's try going through all 12 major and minor triads. Today what we're going to do is start in the C major pentascale, and let's do this with the left and the right hand. Go ahead and try this along with me. We're going to step up the major pentascale and sing Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, and then make the tonic triad, or the one chord, and then we're going to go up a half step. A half step above C is C sharp. So everything will move up a half step, and now we're in the C sharp, or we could say D flat major pentascale. And we'll do the same thing again. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, and then play the tonic triad. Now we're going to go up another half step to D major. Try this along with me. So now, here we are, let's try it. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, then the D major triad. Now we go up another half step to E flat major, which is black, white, white, black, black. Here we go, E flat major, go. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, E flat major triad. Up another half step to E major, white, black, black, white, white. Here we go. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, E major. Now up another half step to F major. Here we go. Up another half step to F sharp major. Now our pattern is black, 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 white, black. Ready, go. Now come up another half step to G major. Up another half step to A flat major. Up another half step to A major. Now let's come up to B flat major. Remember, B flat major is black, white, white, black, white. Let's try it together. Ready, go. Do, re, mi, fa, so. B flat major chord. Now up another half step to B major. White, black, black, white, black. Then if we go up one more half step, we come back to C major. Great. Now those are all the same pentascales we did when we did the circle of fifths challenge. But now, instead of going up by fifths, we're going up by half steps. When you get really good at that, you can also try going down by half steps. But every day, try going through all 12 of those keys. Now let's try the same thing using all the minor pentascales. Now in minor, we move mi down a half step, so now it's me, and that puts the half step in between re and me. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Now go up another half step. Actually, let's try that together. If you didn't already, let's do the C minor pentascale together. Ready, go. Then the C minor triad. I'll go up a half step. We'll do the C sharp minor pentascale, then triad. You go up to D minor, all white keys, go. D minor triad. Now up a half step to the E flat minor pentascale, which is black, white, black, black, black. Try it with me, ready, go. And you'll notice the E flat minor pentascale is all black keys. E flat, G flat, B flat. Good, now up another half step to the E minor pentascale. White, black, white, white, white. Try it with me, ready, go. Now up another half step to the F minor pentascale, which is white, white, black, black, white. Ready, go. Up another half step to F sharp minor pentascale. Up another half step to the G minor pentascale. And again to the A flat or G sharp minor pentascale, which is black, black, white, black, black. Up another half step to the A minor pentascale. All white keys. And now up another half step to the B flat minor pentascale, which is black, white, black, black, white. And then to the B minor pentascale, which is white, black, white, white, black. Let's try it. Ready, go. And then up one more half step and we're back to C minor. White, white, black, white, white. Ready, go. Great. Remember, the secret to finding any pentascale is to remember where the half steps are. Every step is a whole step except between mi and fa for a major pentascale, or in minor between re and me, if it's a minor pentascale. Okay, let's play a game now. I'm going to say the name of a triad, and you have to try and find it and play it on your piano. So once I tell you which one to find, go ahead and press pause so you can have time to find it, and then press play when you're ready to check your answer. Here's your first one. See if you can find and play the A flat major triad. Here's the correct answer. A flat, C, E flat. Here's your next one. Can you find and play the E minor triad? Here's the correct answer. E, G, B. builds the E minor triad. Here's the next one. Can you play the E flat minor triad? Here's the answer. E flat, G flat, B flat. Now, can you play the B major triad? Here's B major. It's B, D sharp, F sharp. Now let's make it a little bit trickier. You're ready for level 2. I'll show you a triad on the staff. You have to figure out what notes you see on the staff and then play it on your piano. It will either be a major or a minor triad. So I recommend you start by looking at the bottom note, figuring out that will be the root of your chord, and then look at the sharps and flats to figure out if it's major or minor. Here's your first one. If you look at the bottom note, you'll see that it's a G, and then the second note is a B flat, and then the top note is a D, which makes what? A G minor triad. The G minor triad sounds like this. Let's try another one. Can you figure out this chord? Try to play it on your piano. This time we had an E flat on the bottom, then a G, then a B flat. What chord does that make? It's an E flat major triad. Here's E flat major. Let's try another one. Can you play this chord? If you played F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, you're correct. It's the F sharp major triad. Here's the F sharp major triad. Okay, here's your next one to try and figure out. Here's the answer. It was C sharp, E, G sharp, a C sharp minor triad, which sounds like this. Super. Now you're finally ready for level 3. I'm going to say the name of a chord, and you have to figure out not just how to play it, but I need you to name the 3 letters, or this is sometimes called spelling the chord. Let's try one together. What if I said, spell the A major triad? Can you play it and then spell the letters of that triad? The A major triad is played like this and spelled A, C sharp, E. Now, let's try another one. Can you play and spell the D flat major triad? D flat major is played like this and spelled D flat, F, A flat. Here's another one. Can you spell and play the F minor triad? F minor is played like this and spelled F, A flat, C. Here's another. Can you play and spell the B flat major triad? B flat major is played like this and spelled B flat, D, F. Last one. Can you play and spell the D minor triad? D minor is played like this and spelled D, F, A. Great job. Nice work practicing your major and minor triads. Please review all 12 major and minor triads every day. Sometimes go up by half steps, sometimes go down by half steps. These major and minor triads are some of the most basic building blocks of music, so it will really pay off to master them. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Baby, don't be tristful. I'll tell you a terrific tale with 17 different words with the prefix try. Do you think you can find them all? Go ahead and try.
Try. Does that count as one?
Shh. This is for baby to figure out. And no, try doesn't count. Try is T-R-Y. You have to only find words that start with T-R-I.
Oh, okay. Ready. Shh. Ready.
All right. Once upon a time, a trio of triceratops were trying to solve some tricky trigonometry when the trimmest of the triceratops said, "Let's trisect these trigonometry problems between our trio. We'll get it done 1,000,000,000,000 times faster." Then the trickiest of the triceratops said, "Trigonometry is more trivial than a trinket. Let's not even try. I'd rather be training my triceps." But the wise old triceratops, who wore trifocals, said, "May I make this a trifurcation of options? If we feel trigonometry is a tribulation, let's try our trinomial problems instead." The Triceratops Tribunal thus ended triumphantly, with the trio at last trading trigonometry for trinomials. The end. Oh, look, baby's asleep. Well, since baby is asleep, did any of you out there find all 17 try words?
I did. Shh.
You'll wake up baby. Sorry, I did. Nice job, Scuba. If any of you out there can figure them out, then list them all in a comment below.
And here's a bonus challenge for you. Can any of you figure out the meaning of that tricky try word that Mr. Hoffman said in the lesson? You know, adenosine triphilanthropy.
Adenosine triphosphate.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Adenosine triphosphate. Whoa. Well, if you can figure out what that is, write it in a comment below and tell us what it does. Here's a clue. You use it every day. Okay, good luck.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.